Hi everyone, I'm Charlie and welcome to BrickVault. Today I'm very excited to show off a truly amazing model. This is the Playscale Ghost. The model is inspired by the popular Star Wars Rebels show and designed by Andres. In universe, this ship serves as the home base to its crew and a staging point for many important attacks against the Empire. The model fills a really important scale jump as well. The official LEGO Ghost set is a bit on the small side and it just leaves a lot of features out. And while our minifigure scale Ghost brings in a lot of those cool features, it's also ridiculously big and a massive project. This Playscale Ghost serves as the perfect in-between point for someone that wants a model that really looks accurate and like the Ghost, but also wants to place it on a shelf or conveniently in a diorama without too much trouble. And even though this model isn't huge, it still has a ton of internal features, which I want to show you in just a second. But first, if you're not aware, you can actually get these instructions to build this model at BrickVault.toys. When you buy instructions from us, you will get a PDF step-by-step building guide and a part list to order the pieces you need online. Buying from us helps support what we do here at BrickVault and all the other amazingly talented builders that we work with, such as Andres. We rebuild and test every model here to assure buildability, instruction accuracy, and LEGO part availability to make sure you have the best building experience possible. Also, I didn't mention it yet, but the Playscale Ghost does come with two optional builds for the Phantom 1 and Phantom 2 that slot nicely into the docking bay. And getting back into the details of this model, it's hard to know where to begin as there's just so much to cover. Let's start with the exterior details. The Ghost is primarily a white ship with lots of faded markings and battle wear. This model captures the coloration really nicely, managing to squeeze in all the red, green, yellow, and blue markings, even on the triangular quarter panels. The detail work is fun and imaginative, especially when it comes to the rear engines. The black greebling blends nicely, and I really like the addition of the dark pearl gray bucket pieces here just to add a little flavor. Surprisingly, this model has good underside detailing as well. So if you're interested in posing this in more of a mid-flight situation, you certainly wouldn't be disappointed with the bottom side detail. And speaking of in-flight posing, it does have removable landing gear for the optional in-flight look, and although it doesn't come with a flight stand, you could easily stud it into some bricks to achieve the desired effect. It's definitely a diorama-friendly model. When it comes to exterior features, we have a front door that opens into the main ramp for the ship. We have an opening cockpit for the pilot and a removable bubble screen to get access to the gunner seat. The front guns can technically rotate up and down or side to side, though they are really just more meant for posing than playing with. And the top gun can rotate up and down. On the back side of the ship where the Phantoms can dock, there is also technically a rear entry hatch that can open, though it's more accessible from the inside once we get to that part. And then of course you have the Phantom 1 and 2 docking features. Both ships fit nicely when docked cockpit out, and the Phantom 1 can technically dock with the cockpit pointed inward, but you do have to remove the front cannons to make that work. Personally, I prefer facing it outward anyway, since it actually can act as a tail gunner that way. Now let's break into the internals of the ship, where there is just a staggering amount of detail. The first stage of this can be easily accessed by removing the rear top panel section. The spinal section has its own interior with gun racks, a gunner seat, and a rear Phantom entry point. You'll notice that there's even a ladder leading up to the third level of the ship. In this room, you can have a staging area or just swap out the top gunner. Now, when you remove this section, the top front panels and optionally some of the engine side panels, it gives you full access to the main floor of the ship. And you will notice no details are spared. Up front we have crew quarters and engineering. Technically this differs a bit from the official Ghost layout, but at this scale it's actually really impressive what Andres has been able to incorporate. There's bunk space for 3 crew, drawers and desk space for personal items, and a computer terminal. Engineering has tool cabinets and machinery, and Andres even included ship component details up front just for fun to fill in some of the empty space. The midship has the main access hall to the front ramp, and in the very center there is a cargo elevator. Now it does technically function, but be careful. If it breaks, it's actually really tricky to reattach, so play with it at your own risk. On either side of the main hall, you have the doors that enter into the airlocks. And finally, moving to the back of the ship, we have the kitchen/lounge area. This is where the crew eats, plays games, has their main weapons rack, and there's even a shower so you don't get too stinky on long space missions. There's even a room at the very back of the ship with some engine access for doing repairs. I really love how this model looks from the outside, but the inside just takes it to a whole new level. This is really kind of in a realm of its own when it comes to play features and interactability. I mean, if you want the ghost that can sit on your desk and open up to give you access to the crew and have all the fun play features, this is really the model. And of course, I can't forget we have the two Phantoms that can dock on the back of the ship. The Phantom 1 has fold-out wings, a rear opening door, and well, kind of room for a pilot if you lean them back far enough. It also has a top swivel turret. This ship sees a lot more action during the show than the Phantom 2, though the Phantom 2 is technically around a lot longer. Now the Phantom 2 features a more roomy pilot seat, fold-out legs, and an opening rear hatch. Obviously, just like the Playscale Ghost, both of these ships are scaled down to smaller than Fig scale so they can properly dock with the Ghost and still look relatively normal. I really like these two little ships. They accent the Ghost nicely and look nicely proportionate next to the scale. And again, you have the option to build both or just one of them, but I definitely recommend at least one to kind of complete the look of the Ghost. Overall, I'm really impressed and satisfied with this model. It offers so much more than the official LEGO set and beats the Playscale Millennium Falcon in terms of just details and features. Again, if you'd like to pick up these instructions for yourself, they are available at BrickVault.toys. Check us out. There's a link in the video description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.